Number one, the fallacy of the crowd. See, what people tend to think, 93% of people, to be specific, is that when your ad spend of $100 is generating you an ROI of 3x, that by increasing that ad spend from $100 to $1,000, you'll thereby be increasing your ROI to 30x. And they couldn't have been more wrong. Because when these people do attempt to do this, they actually end up causing their ad to fall apart while having this sort of mentality. And when the ad does fall apart, they shout ad fatigue. And I'll go into more why this is pretty soon. All I need you to do is hit the like button and let's continue. See, the thing about this is that your ad spend gets larger, right? And as your ad spend gets larger, your audience broadens. See, when it comes to an ad spend of $100 or less, Facebook is micro targeting your audience, meaning that it is what we call, what my mentor calls, I don't know if other people call it this, but it's what my mentor calls a baby pool, right? And I've sort of grown attached to that word. And why we call it a baby pool is that Facebook is only showing your ad to people they feel will convert easily, right? So ad it's basically ads at easy level, right? Because it only shows your ads to people who are most likely to convert into a client or a lead, right? Who are more likely to enter into your opt-in or purchase a product from your shop, right? Or your store, whatever you want to call it. And as you increase your ad spend, your audience broadens. And as your audience broadens, their their ability to convert decreases if you don't optimize a few things, right? And I'll talk about those things in another video because that'll be an entire 40-minute video. But anyway, as your ad spend increases, your audience broadens, right? And when your audience broadens, your the ability to convert decreases. Now I'll explain to you why this is the case. See, let's say for example, your service or software or offer is is a service that helps dentists get to 8 figures, right? And it's a very high ticket service, right? So at $100 ad spend, you're targeting dentists who are earning 6 to 7 figures, right? Who are trying to get from 6 to 7 figures and take it from that where they currently are to 8 figures, right? And to do that with $100 ad spend is very much possible, and you could get some quality conversion rates, right? But as you increase your ad spend and get it to 500, $1,000, even like $5,000 in ad spend, then your audience broadens, right? So a percentage of those people, let's say only like 15% of the people actually be dentists who are earning 6 to 7 figures, right? 30% of those people will be dentists who are just earning like $1,000, which is around like 15,000 rand, right? Maybe they're earning like $800 a month, right? So they can't afford your service, right? But they'll still see your ad because, well, your audience has broadened. And maybe the rest, so like 60%, so maybe like 60% of the other group is just people, children, students in college or university who have a course in dentistry and are trying to become dentists, right? I don't know if they go to college or university, but you get the point, right? So now that your audience has broadened, the likelihood of you being able to convert your audience is very slim. Like it's slim to none, right? Because you'll have students who aren't even earning an income see your ads just because they take a course in dentistry, right? And they can't afford your services because, well, they don't they don't earn any sort of income, right? So that's why your your ads ability to convert will decrease as you scale your ads, right? And let's jump more into ad spend, right? But before jumping into ad spend, I totally just forgot. So uh I learned the basis of, should I say, the foundation of this sort of concept from Alex. Now he made an entire, like, a short, think around 2 hour sort of free course on YouTube. I'll link it in the comments or the descriptions. If I forget, just let me know in the comments section. And while you're at it, subscribe to this channel if you're finding any sort of value from it and you're into building your own digital marketing, SMMA, or online business, right? And if you're too lazy to flip your phone and hit that red button, then there's an icon right there. You can just go ahead, click it, hit it, join the family. And that way, you're actually allowing other people who are trying to grow their own agency, who are where you are, to actually reach their own goals, right? So it's just a cycle of small favors building up into, like, having a snowball effect. But anyway, ad spend, right? So number two is ad spend. The thing about ad spend is that at the very least, your ad spend should be 75% of your service fee. Now, don't mistake ad spend with service fee, because I've seen a few agencies where they actually combine the two and put them together, right? Which is so wrong, and so, like, there's so many things that could go wrong with doing that. So never combine your service fee and ad spend together. Anyway, so now the thing about that is that the service fee is what goes straight to you for your services, right? And the ad spend is what your client pays Facebook, and they pay directly to Facebook. But a percent, but the size of ad spend is dependent on your service fee, right? So ad spend should at the very least be 75% of your service fee, but the higher the better, of course, right? And the reason why we want to have this sort of rule in place is that it makes your life way more easier, because it makes it way more easier for you to generate quality ROI for your client, right? Because, or for yourself, right? If you have a personal brand, or you have your own online business or local business that you're trying to grow, it makes it easier for yourself as well. And this is because, well, the first thing you got to do when you're running ads, that first you need to ensure that the ROI from the ads pays for your service fee, and it also pays for the cost of the product. And that's just for the client or the business to just break even, right? Because the worst case scenario for a business owner, or or you as a business owner, is for your ads to break even. Because when your ads break even, that means that you were able to get market recognition, right? You're able to get your business on, like, you're able to have, like, more eyeballs coming to your business for free, right? Because you spent zero, right? I spent $2 and I got back $2, which means I basically sort of, like, lost nothing and gained some traction, or just gained some awareness, right? Brand awareness. That's the very least business owner can hope for, brand awareness. Now, when you ensure that your service fee, your ad spend is 75% of your service fee, you're also able to make it easier for yourself to generate profit for the business owner. That way, it makes it easier for you to ensure that your client sees you as an investment and not as an expense, right? Because when you're an investment to your client, they understand that, okay, if I give this person X, they'll come with X plus profit, right? So if I give this person $10, they'll come back next week with $15, right? That's an investment. But if I give this person $10 and they come back with $3, then you're an expense, and I honestly just want to get rid of you as soon as I can, right? So if your client tells you that they can only afford 25% of your service fee in ad spend, then one of two things will happen. Either you refund them their money because you know that you won't be able to provide them the results they're expecting, or number two, you decrease your service fee so that you can thereby increase their ad spend, right? And as like honestly, like let's say the ad spend is only about 23% or 25% of the service fee, then you need to be getting them an ROI of like 7. You need to be getting them an ROI of 7 on the ads, and that's just for them to break even, right? And most ads only get an ROI of 2 to 5, right? And you're here trying to get an ROI of 7, and that's just to break even, right? So you have to get another 3x ROI for them to be happy, right? So that's just insane. So never ever charge less than 75% of your service fee for ad spend. Number three, the truth is in the test, right? So some clients will only need an ad budget of around $300 a month. So that's around that's around like 7,000. That's around 7,000 rand. Yeah, so yeah, my maths is so horrible. But yeah, some clients will only need an ad spend of around like $300 a month, right? Because maybe they sell a high ticket product, and even though it's a high ticket product, it's very unique. So their audience is like incredibly easy to convert, right? And some of them might need an ad spend of around $2,000 a month. So that's about like 26,000 rand a month. And honestly, every client is different. Like I've seen YouTube videos of these SMMA gurus telling you that, hey, enter ecom, because ecom all for e-commerce clients, it's all the same. And honestly, it is not all the same. You might have an e-commerce client in fitness niche and an e-commerce client in tech niche, and I can tell you right now that they are both like there's nothing similar about the two, right? You might have to spend like way more money on tech e-commerce clients than on fitness e-commerce client, because well, everybody, like 9 out of 10 people are trying to become fit, but like only like 4 out of 10 people would buy a tech product depending on what the product is, right? So yeah, but honestly speaking, do not listen to the stuff that's being crammed down your throat that all your clients are the same, because your clients won't be the same unless you're in the local business, like you're servicing dentists, chiropractics, real estate agents, restaurants, gyms. Like maybe those sort of people would have there wouldn't be anything different about them. But when it comes to e-commerce, uh, every single client is unique, and every single client is different, and all their audiences are different, right? You might need different offers for different people. And speaking of different offers and different people, I want to make a video on that specifically. You let me know if that's the sort of video you want to see. Anyway, click that icon right underneath me, subscribe, join the family, and elevate your SMMA.